The book of Habakkuk begins not with a message to the people, but with an intimate conversation between the prophet and God. Habakkuk is troubled, not by God's silence, but by what he sees around him: violence, injustice, corruption, and evil going unpunished. The prophets cry. Habakkuk cries out. How long, O Lord, must I call for help? But you do not listen? Or cry out to you, violence? But you do not save? He is overwhelmed by what he sees in Judah: injustice ruling the streets, the law paralyzed, and the wicked surrounding the righteous. Justice has become twisted and perverted. Habakkuk wonders why God allows such things to happen. Why do you make me look at injustice? Why do you tolerate wrongdoing? He doesn't question God's power, he questions his timing and methods. God's unexpected response. Then God answers, and the response is shocking. Look at the nations and watch. And be utterly amazed. For I am going to do something in your days that you would not believe, even if you were told. What is this incredible act? I am raising up the Babylonians, that ruthless and impetuous people. God says he is going to use Babylon, a violent and arrogant empire, to punish Judah. Babylon will sweep across the earth like a storm, conquering nations and laughing at kings. Their own strength is their God. God is not turning a blind eye to Judah's corruption, he is preparing judgment. But the method he chooses leaves Habakkuk even more confused. Habakkuk's second question. Horrified by the answer, Habakkuk cries out again. Lord, are you not from everlasting? My God, my Holy One, you will never die. He acknowledges God's purity and justice, but pleads. Your eyes are too pure to look on evil. You cannot tolerate wrongdoing. Why then do you tolerate the treacherous? Why are you silent while the wicked swallow up those more righteous than themselves? How could God, who is holy and just, use a nation even more evil than Judah to carry out his plans? Habakkuk cannot understand how this can be right. It seems to him like the wicked are winning on every side. He describes Babylon as if they are fishermen pulling up entire nations in their nets, celebrating their own strength and sacrificing to their weapons. They are unstoppable, and unchecked. Is he to keep on emptying his net, destroying nations without mercy? Reflection. Habakkuk chapter 1 gives voice to a struggle many believers have. Why does God allow evil to prosper? Why doesn't he intervene when injustice seems victorious? And when he does act, why does he sometimes use dark means for divine purposes? The chapter teaches us that faith includes wrestling with God, asking honest questions, and waiting for answers we may not immediately understand. God does answer, but not always in ways we expect. Habakkuk doesn't abandon faith. He takes his questions to God, believing that the Lord is still in control, even when the world feels upside down. We've just delved into the opening of Habakkuk, a book unique in its direct dialogue between a troubled prophet and God. Habakkuk's honest questions about pervasive injustice resonate deeply, and God's shocking answer about the Babylonians immediately presents a profound theological challenge. To truly immerse ourselves in this intense spiritual wrestling and the unexpected turns of divine revelation, let's turn to the very words of Scripture. As we move into the original text of Habakkuk chapter 1, verse by verse, allow these ancient verses to lead you through a conversation about faith, justice, and the mysterious ways of the Almighty. 1. The prophecy that Habakkuk the prophet received. Habakkuk's complaint. 2. How long, Lord, must I call for help? But you do not listen? Or cry out to you, violence? But you do not save? 3. Why do you make me look at injustice? Why do you tolerate wrongdoing? Destruction and violence are before me. There is strife, and conflict abounds. For therefore the law is paralyzed, and justice never prevails. The wicked hem in the righteous, so that justice is perverted. The Lord's answer. 5. Look at the nations and watch. and be utterly amazed. For I am going to do something in your days that you would not believe, even if you were told. 6. I am raising up the Babylonians, that ruthless and impetuous people, who sweep across the whole earth, to seize dwellings not their own. 7. They are a feared and dreaded people. They are a law to themselves, and promote their own honor. 8. Their horses are swifter than leopards, fiercer than wolves at dusk. Their cavalry gallops headlong. Their horsemen come from afar. They fly like an eagle swooping to devour. 9. They all come intent on violence. Their hordes advance like a desert wind, and gather prisoners like sand. 10. They mock kings, and scoff at rulers. They laugh at all fortified cities. By building earthen ramps they capture them. 11. Then they sweep past like the wind and go on. Guilty people, whose own strength is their God. Habakkuk's second complaint. 12. Lord, are you not from everlasting? My God, my Holy One, you will never die. You, Lord, have appointed them to execute judgment. You, my rock, have ordained them to punish. 13. Your eyes are too pure to look on evil. You cannot tolerate wrongdoing. Why then do you tolerate the treacherous? Why are you silent while the wicked swallow up those more righteous than themselves? 14. You have made people like the fish in the sea, like the sea creatures that have no ruler. 15. The wicked foe pulls all of them up with hooks. He catches them in his net. He gathers them up in his dragnet. And so he rejoices and is glad. 16. Therefore he sacrifices to his net, and burns incense to his dragnet. For by his net he lives in luxury, and enjoys the choicest food. 17. Is he to keep on emptying his net, destroying nations without mercy? Thank you for joining us. We trust that this exploration of Habakkuk chapter 1 has given voice to your own questions and offered insight into God's surprising, yet sovereign, responses. If this video resonated with you and expanded your understanding, please consider liking this video to help us reach more seekers of truth. Commenting below with your reflections, questions, or what stood out to you most. We love hearing from our community. Subscribing to our channel for more impactful journeys through biblical prophecy and divine messages. Turning on notifications so you never miss our new releases. Joining our growing community or supporting our mission, if you feel led, to help us continue creating content that illuminates Scripture. Your engagement and support empower us to keep sharing these vital truths. Thank you for being a part of our journey.